Bonjour, les candidats. Good day, candidates. Now, today we want to finish up our free introductory FTC online course. And to round up this online course, we are taking the last lesson, the lesson 4, which is centered on the topic, the pillars for successful French learning for TEF Canada test. Now, let's really start up with the final lesson. But I would like to ask you, do you have any questions, comments, or feedback? Please note that later in this lesson, you would learn how you can join the beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses, and even the one-on-one coaching session. You can also become a part of our large community of French learners, coaches, and language enthusiasts. But firstly, let us answer the question, what are the 7 pillars, the 7 main pillars of successful language learning? Now, the very first one is time. The total amount of learning time that you have. There are statistics I really like to use when we get to this topic. Now, according to the foreign language study data, the time provided by the Foreign Service Institute, their criteria is that if you want to learn a language as a second language, you understand, the language that you learn after your native language, there are different difficulties compared to that of the English. For the French language, which we are particular about in this course, you would see that as compared to English, the times reflect 25 hours per week, no more than 6 class members, plus 3 to 4 hours homework nightly. That is that of English. But when we're talking about category 1, in order to learn the Romance languages like Spanish, French, Italian, you need 23 to 24 weeks. I'll take that again, 23 to 24 weeks, which is roughly 575 to 600 class hours to reach the advanced level proficiency. But please don't be scared. The reason why I said that is you can see, and I'm going to show you how we are going to divide these hours, and how you will see that in a few months you can get up to 500 to 6 hours class hours and become an advanced level proficient user of the language. Because there are some variables that are affecting time on task, like your speaking and your writing skills, the productive skills, your reading, listening, which is the receptive skills, what we focus on in TEF Canada, the limited work proficiency demands, the professional proficiency levels include cultural knowledge, and all similar things like that, all sums up to the number of hours that you need. Now, according to the Ministry of French Education, France, the federal official examinations and along with their levels shows that to attain the A1 level, this discovery stage we took earlier, you need 100 hours. The A2 level, the basic user, you need 200 hours. For the B1 independent user, you need 350 hours. For the B2, which is where that 500 to 600 hours can be classified under, is where you get the 500 hours to become a B2 independent user, which I talked to you about as the good level. Anyone at the far left, the A1, A2, B1, is the poor levels, or are the poor levels, while the B1, the C1, the C2 are the good levels. So if we are now to calculate these hours, you understand, if we are to calculate it in terms of hours that you use weekly, you use daily, you understand, if we calculate, for instance, 600 hours, which is written there, you understand, the highest amount of hours If we are to calculate it in terms of weeks, you will see that if, for instance, in a week we have 7 days in a week, but you decide to learn French 6 days and to use the seventh day to rest. Let's assume that. And you use 6 days, you understand, to learn the French language. But within that 6 days, you take about 5 hours to learn the language. 5 hours times 6 days. Do you understand? For a week is roughly 30 hours per week. And which is a good way to start. 30 hours per week. Let's now look at 30 hours. If you take 30 hours for a month, that is 30 times 4, which will give you what? 120 hours, which is also a good one. If you now times 120 hours times 5 months, that would give you 600 hours. Do you understand? Exactly 600 hours for 5 months to get to that what? To that advanced level proficiency. And that is what we preach at the French TEF Canada online course. We preach that you can learn French within 3 to 6 months or less. So you see how we calculated it based on the statistics that is given by the international bodies that we mentioned herein. You see that you can actually do it. It's not something impossible. And I'm talking about people that are actually learning it from the scratch. If you're not learning it from the scratch and you want to take the TEF Canada online, the TEF Canada test, you can even prepare for the tests much more quicker and write the test and excel in it at just one sitting. There are still other ways that you can use to calculate this, but I just calculated using 5 months. You can calculate it using 10 months, using even less than 3 months, you understand? And it's going to actually work for you, depending on if you actually make use of those hours. You don't just calculate them and do not learn the French in those hours. Now, moving on, the next thing we have or we need to form our pillar is the medium or channel of learning. You see that I actually make use of two media here. The first one is the physical classroom by the far left, and the second one is the virtual classes, where you actually take your classes, you run your classes on the World Wide Web. Now, you can take any medium. You can go to the university to learn. You can go to the polytechnic. But if you want something that is going to be fast, these two are one of the selections that I think you should be thinking of. Physical classroom in terms of language schools and virtual classes in terms of online courses. Now, thirdly, the process. How are you willing to learn the French for TEF? Are you willing to learn the French for TEF by taking physical classrooms or physical classes that just focus on you learning French alone? You understand? Or are you wanting to take an online course that is particularly specifically designed for the preparation for TEF Canada online course? That's for you to decide. Now, another thing people don't really talk about when it comes to language learning is compensation. And I really talk about this with my students because when you are actually trying as much as possible to do something that is actually epic, something that requires you to put your full attention, to pay your full attention to it, you really need to reward yourself if you reach some particular milestones. So you need to ask yourself how to reward yourself for learning and preparing for TEF Canada. Most people do not know that this is even necessary, talk less of even giving themselves a kind of compensation. But one thing I tell my students is that you can compensate yourself with money. It can even be vacation. It can be car or house. It can be other valuables like phone, good wristwatch. You understand? Like it can be as simple as even a chocolate that you are just going to gift yourself when you reach a particular milestone during your language learning process. Now, I would like to say that another thing you need to watch, another formula you need to take note of is your accountability system. Because if you are getting to do this, if you really are trying to work on learning the French language, you cannot dare give an excuse of not doing it. So you need people, you need systems that would make you feel accountable to the language learning and examination preparation process. So, do you know how to involve your family and friends into the process, even if they are not learning the language with you? Do you even know how to set up your life, your room, your house, your office, and school for the process? There is always an excuse, but that is if you give into it. If you don't give into it, there will be no excuse, and you will learn the language faster, quicker, and easier than you ever think of. In the advanced courses, we are going to be showing you how exactly you can set up accountability systems that would help you to actually learn the language and also prepare for TEF Canada tests simultaneously. Now, another formula or another pillar that you need to take note of is your learning team or partners. Nobody is an island, so please don't try to be a lone wolf. Don't let the lone wolf syndrome affect you. Get teams, get partners. In French for TEF Canada online course, for instance, even though you don't have a partner, we always peer people. We peer people, we set up people, you understand, that will learn the language together. Do you understand? Through our Facebook, our private Facebook group, and also our WhatsApp group, we set up people so that they can actually learn from each other. They can try and converse with each other as they are learning the language. They can also do assignments, do exercises, and do projects together. Do you understand? That helps to build the relationship, and it also helps to what? It helps to strengthen your language learning process. So who are those that would be learning with and preparing with you? Do they have the same or similar reasons with you that triggers them to be focused? That's very important. How can you even recognize them and distinguish the serious people from the crowd? Now let us talk about the last factor. The last factor, as they said, just as the saying goes, save the best for the last. We intentionally left it for the final point because it is very, very important. And this factor is your language coach. I ask you the question, who is your language coach? Please and please do not underestimate the usefulness of these professionals because they have failed and found out the easy way out. So invest in getting at least one of them to assist you in your language learning and examination preparation journey. Leverage on their knowledge, leverage on their skills, and leverage on their experiences. It will help you a great deal to save time and effort. Now, inside our online courses and coaching sessions, we have 6 different modules which helps you plan your French learning, helps you learn the French sounds, helps you master the French words, helps you describe French pictures and graphs, helps you construct French sentences, and helps you converse in French. The main thing. Please and please note that if you enter any of our online courses, if you enroll for any of our online courses or coaching sessions, you get bonuses like the TEF marking guide. Do you understand? You know how exactly the examiners mark you in the TEF Canada test. You also get access to e-learning tools for TEF examinations, social media platforms that can help you. You get to know how exactly you can make use of language games, language simulations. You get language applications that are indelibly useful for you to prepare for the TEF Canada test. You also get to join our private logged Facebook group. This is one group that has a lot of language learners, French language learners, and coaches that have also either taken your TEF Canada test or other language tests, and some are currently even taking it as we speak. So you also get access to language mindset masterclass, here where we're going to be fine-tuning your mindset towards language learning. We'll be changing your psychological obstacles. We'll be making the psychological obstacles get resolved and lead to your psychological strengths to learn language. We will give you key modules, as I've said. I will give you also lifetime access to our Facebook support group, lifetime access to our course content. We will also give you audios that you can listen to that can help you prepare for the TEF Canada exam, and also resource materials, past questions, study materials of the TEF Canada test that were used different years past to make you prepare and see how exactly the TEF Canada test is actually conducted. Would also give you TEF study questions, TEF study materials that would make you get ready for the exam. We would do mock exams with you even before you write the exam, so you would be able to know your level. You'll be able to know how well you will pass before you actually get to write the real examination itself. So I would show you how to make use of these pillars that we talked about, the 7 pillars successfully, to develop yourself in the French learning and also take the TEF Canada test. You would be able to learn French fast and prepare for TEF test in 3 to 6 months or even less. Now the next step for you is to please enroll yourself now at a discounted price, at a discounted rate. Like and share this video, like and share this lesson on Instagram, send to your friends through email, share on Facebook, share on Google, share on Pinterest, on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Twitter, on even WhatsApp. And please go to the comments and answer the following questions. Which pillars of learning have you started or will you start making use of? 2. How long do you want to take to learn French and take TEF Canada test? 3. What level of French competence do you want to attain? And please visit our website. That's the next step for you to enroll yourself. Visit our website, FrenchTEFCanada.com, if you are not already on it. And please move on to the landing pages of the beginner course, the intermediate course, or the advanced course, or even the one-on-one online coaching session. And please make use of the coupon code AOS3M bonus. AOS3M bonus. Please use this coupon code to get a discounted rate. We are discounting our rates for you because you actually finished the introductory online course. We have at least a 30% discount waiting for you in any of it, which is actually time bound. It is time bound. It is not available for everyone. It is only for a limited time. So it is only when you enroll yourself now that you get to actually enjoy the benefit of the coupon code. Thank you very much, and I do really hope to see you in the advanced courses, the beginner course, the intermediate course, the advanced course, and the one-on-one online coaching session. Thank you very much, and I do hope to see you in classes.